Welcome to Fact or Freestyle.
People love Dave Nourie, and they always answer the phone when he calls. When we get him on Zoom, we ask him to confirm rumors.
Let's see how far down the rabbit hole we go.
Okay, so you know how to do all the other stuff, right? Like unmute yourself.
And apparently they had a wedge ramp set up, and Kevin went up and did a 360 kick turn, rolled down backwards, and spun a one-handed can-can 540 on his coaster brake. And Mike Daly told me, he's like, Woody saw this and was like, oh my God, did you see that? Oh my God, did you see what that guy just did? And then Mike said he looked over at Dominguez, looking at Kevin, and Dominguez just gave him the nod, as if to say, oh yeah, you're one of me. Like, nice. You get it.
Whoa. Then I would love to see video of the Dominguez nod. Like, can you reenact it? Can you?
No, I can't, dude. If I was going to copy anything of Mike's, it wouldn't be the way he nods his head.
Well, it would be unfortunate if somehow, just in casual, like, oh, I would love to do that, and some like alien heard that and was like, I'm going to give this guy a wish, his one wish.
Nah, but Mike, no. Okay. Mike's awesome.
I'd rather know how to do his 540s than his head nod, personally.
Yeah.
Dude, I was watching like the other day. It was one of the AFA ones, and he blasts. It was like 7 or 8 foot, comes down right on the edge, and just goes back to the other ramp to gain speed like nothing ever happened. And I was like, yeah. Dude,
you watch those old videos, he was next level, way early.
Insane.
I heard I don't know if this is bullshit, but I heard that he was so pro that he didn't even put his bike together until he got to the contest. Hand tight, all the pedals, the bars, everything. Did the contest, put his bike back in the bag. Next contest, put it back together. He was that dialed.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Maybe you told me that. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, some guys got it.
Dude.
Yeah. Good stuff.
That is insane.
Keep you from getting injured, I guess. Don't practice. No practice technique. Ask Jody Temple about that. He knows all about it.
Yeah, what is the Jody Temple no practice technique? Because he took a lot of time off with his back, and
he's back on fire. I rode with him about a month ago, and dude, he's holding on to all his material. I think he's trying to put a little edit together. I may have just let the cat out of the bag. I don't know, but
Jody's just too good. Jody's just on a whole nother level.
He really is. He's an interesting character. Yeah. He's driven. He's on it.
Hey guys, was Dave Nourie nominated for the Hall of Fame this year, or is he already in? Was he on the list?
No, I wasn't on the list this year.
What's up with that?
Dave is not. Dave is. Hold on a second. Dave is on the list this year.
No, Joe, that's a different Dave. That Dave Vanderspank made it.
Both of the Daves made it.
No, there's 8 riders on there. Did you count them?
Yeah, there were. There was labeled 8, but there were 9.
No, I don't.
Kevin's on it this year, right?
Yeah, he's on it every year.
So how do you vote? If anyone's watching, I don't even know how to vote. How do do?
I think they have to send.
It's like wait a second. It's like Nora Cup. Like you have to be inducted.
You have to be special.
No.
Yes.
No. It's Illuminati. Back in 2009 or whenever they started putting freestyle guys in, I got a call from Shannon Gillette. Said, "Hey, we're going to do freestyle guys," and he had my email address because I worked for SE, which is a heritage brand, and I used to vote. When I stopped working for SE, I never got my email updated to him, and I stopped getting the emails saying, "Hey, vote for the Hall of Fame." So it's an Illuminati thing.
Obviously, whoever's voting they're idiots. They don't know what the hell's going on. Because Kevin Jones should have been the first guy on the. I mean, for freestyler, at least Kevin Jones. I mean, Mal Hoffman,
Well,
Kevin Jones. What else?
I told him right away, you know, you've got to grandfather in a bunch of people. Like I said, the first name's Haro, Hoffman, Jones, just have to be in there. But like Jay Miron, like why would people have to vote for Jay Miron? Like he just
should just be grandfathered in. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dave Mira, like that should have just been written in immediately.
Yeah, like there's no doubt.
But I'm really flabbergasted that Kevin Jones isn't, you know.
No, because I was
automatic inductee.
I was just talking to somebody the other day about it, and Dave Nourie's name came up. And they were, you know, just talking about chronologically, you know, like should the older riders from like the early 80s be in before the guys from the late 80s? And someone said, oh, Dave Nourie was before Kevin Jones. I said, no, Dave Nourie was in the magazine before Kevin Jones. But like Dave Nourie and Kevin Jones were both riding hard as hell in 1982, way before they ever got in the magazines.
That's right.
And just
that's a really good point.
Sorry, Joe. Go ahead, Joe. It is a good point.
Hey, Dave, what's going on? Can you hear us? All right.
Hold on.
He looks like he's peering.
Good time to talk about Dave when he can't hear us.
I know. Yeah, I was riding in 82. I think I was probably doing, my tricks consisted of rock walks, 360s. I'd done some balance tricks maybe. I don't think I had pegs in 82 even. And
they didn't exist.
Yeah, the first time I got pegs, I think I saw Robert Peterson. That was 83.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're younger than Kevin, aren't you, Dave?
I'll be 56 in December.
Oh, so
I don't know how
older.
Yeah.
How old's Kevin? So older, yeah. Okay.
That's 54.
Okay, and then Kevin started in 82 as well?
No, Kevin was riding the whole
70.
time as a kid.
Right.
But
right.
you know, but Kevin got into breakdancing. Kevin Mark got into breakdancing because they pretty much could do everything. Every magazine that came out, if there was a new jump, a new trick, they learned it. And they had literally done everything they could do in BMX. So breakdancing was the next thing for them.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, do you think if I went to York Jam next year, hey, by the way, is Xavier and Pova going to take it over next year? That's what I heard.
Pova?
And Xavier, because Brett, aren't you done with the York Jam? I thought you were done this year.
I wanted to quit doing the York Jam a long time ago. I wanted to stop doing the York Jam a long time ago. I could see Xavier and Pova doing the Woodward reunion, but you know, those guys have no connection to York.
Yeah. Well, what about I thought they were going to do something with Bob and do a fork jam in Oceanside, and they're going to start like a Plywood Hood West. No, it's going to be called this. What was it going to be called, Black? Joe? OSB?
Yeah, the OSB.
OSB West. I don't know. Maybe
OSB West. Cool.
But
I think
if I go next year, do you think I could get Kevin Jones to do a Gumby?
No, his back doesn't move like that anymore.
That would be the best ever if I could get Kevin Jones to do a Gumby.
That'd be.
Hey, Dave, can you do an invertebrator?
Invertebrated? Probably.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it. What is it?
It's the like backwards, back roll, half handstand. I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
All right. So we got this bit. Let me do this. Dan, John,
not like a Top Gun, but just jump into it, not press into it?
No. It's the bike's upside down and you do a back bend on the front wheel. That Chris used to do.
Oh, maybe.
Chris looked better.
Yeah.
All right, John. So what did you do 10 minutes ago? What did you do 10 months ago? And what are you going to be doing in 10 years from now?
Me?
Yes.
10 minutes ago.
We're trying to probe your psyche.
Oh, 10 minutes ago, I was cleaning the shower because my girlfriend told me to. What was the other one? 10 what? 10 years ago?
Months. 10 months ago, and then 10 years from now. So
Well,
two
10
in the
months
past.
ago, I was doing Uber Eats because there was no shows thanks to COVID. So yeah, Uber Eats. And then 10 years from now,
Yeah.
hopefully you'll be right here 10 years from now, talking shit, BMX. You know, I plan on, I want to, as long as Brett's riding, I got to keep up with him, man. He's what, 52? So
54.
54. So, okay, 4 more years, 58. I think Brett still be riding 58, pretty sure. So hopefully I'm still riding, you know, hopefully I can stay limber enough to do that. Now Dave Nourie's 56 and he's still coming up with new tricks. Last year he had an edit that was sick, all kinds of new stuff. I was blown away with some of the stuff he came up with, like original new ideas, but had that old school flavor. I like that. I like creativity, man. It just stoked me out for sure. So I think you could keep riding even if you're not at the same physical level you are in your 20s. You can still create. I mean, surfers, you see these guys surfing and it's not even about the trick. It's just about the feeling and it's about the culture. And that's what I hope for BMX in 10 years. I hope it's more of a, hey, it's just, we're just having a good time doing something that's fun. And yeah, so hopefully that.
Yeah, you can work around as your body like gets differently flexible. You can work around that, just like if you're ambidextrous or you ride left foot, right foot, like you can. I mean,
my old man was
adapt.
still playing hockey and soccer, and he was 50. Well, he's 74. You know, he passed last year, but he played right up until he passed. You know, it's like I aspire to be like my dad. So he loved that. I would love BMX. So yeah, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah. Hey, look at Dave's nose.
He's trimmed those whiskers,
Dude,
man.
I'm having so much difficulties, guys. I'm feeling lame, Joe. I
Can't.
Your
think you
nostrils
need
are
to
looking
find a new
clean.
host.
I can't even see Dave. But
I think it's
Yeah.
falling apart.
How about you, Joe? What are you gonna do? What did you do 10 minutes ago before we got on here?
I have been training to learn whiplashes, and I have been doing it since April.
Apartments.
And oh my god,
At this
Break
jam,
Brakeless
my
whiplashes.
phone is down. And
my current drill is I'm doing new school Messiah to double whip, and like the way to get the frame going, like I knock it with my left leg, and there's just anyway, I'm at like 15% consistency on that right now, so I'm grinding out like 100 at a session.
What's a
So
new
that's what I was
school
doing
Messiah?
before.
Is that when you just kick into it or push into it?
When you just push into it, so you don't have your foot or you don't have your ass on the seat, like Kevin's like no hand Messiah. In the new school, basically new school Messiah is like the James McGraw version. Yeah, so
Cool.
I have been working on whiplash stuff since April. I got 5. I think it was last week. I got up to 5.
5 brakeless whiplashes.
Yeah,
You can do
in
5.
circle.
You can do as many as you want. Isn't that the deal? I would think.
I only did 2. I only have done 2 sets of 5. So then after I did that, Marty was like, all right, well, you got like now train Messiah to double whip. And so that's what I'm grinding on.
Marty coaching you?
Yes, Marty is coaching me.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So
All right.
I started with Marty coaching in 2020. And I was so intimidated to start that in the middle of 2019, I started working on consistency because I didn't want to show up for day 1 of Marty class having not been prepared. Swear to God, I spent 6 months getting ready to
take
up the
a class.
nerve to take the Marty class. So then
Wow.
I did, and I was like, I'm fucking bringing the heat. And then
Yeah.
COVID hit. And so like the first contest was the AFA in March. I flew down to Florida, and the afternoon before the city shut everything down. So then I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And then I just kept going, and I did 2 video contests. I did Feast and I did AFA's Dream Run, and both of them pushed me to like absolute physical limit. And then,
Wow.
the Terradome, I I guess it was about 10 months ago that I learned that the building that housed Terradome 3 was being sold out from under me. And that's when I began my search. I mean, ultimately, I was going to build something on the back of Angie's, house lot. That didn't work out. And
now you live in the country.
And now I live in the country. And I walked to the spot. So that's what I was doing 10 months ago. And then 10 years from now, I mean, I literally bought the farm, so I'm going to be riding.
Raising cattle.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be riding until my body falls off. There's no luck. I have no luck. There's no chance that I am going to lose interest in it at this point in time.
Yeah, we're all pretty stubborn at this point, right? And I'm probably younger than all of you guys. Well, I might be older than you, Joe. I don't know. What are you now? 48?
I am. Yes, I am 48. Okay, I'm 48. What about you? 48. You're what? 50? 48? Okay.
48. We're young. These guys are. Yeah.
I don't know. My big plan is like I've been successful with the York Jam. So next year, if the COVID situation's better, I want to throw a jam at the Terradome. But nobody tells Joe about it. We all just show up one day.
Yes. Yeah, I'm there.
Just bum rush me. Keep it a secret and bum rush me.
Just 100 people knocking on your door.
We're here. That's a great
Hey guys,
idea.
I just want to tell you, I got like 9% left on my battery, and I can't seem to figure out how to get it charged and hear you guys. So I really apologize. And I understand, Joe, if you want to, get John signed for the next few episodes, because I failed in so many departments. I totally get it. And I won't take it personally. I totally understand.
Can I take Dave's spot? I don't think I can fill those shoes, man.
Oh, come on.
I don't have the
But
history.
hold on a second. We'll do it like they did on the Carson show. Like you show, like it was always the same time slot. But every so often, Johnny would take a vacation. It would be Jay Leno. So we could just do that. Have the exact same intro. Don't change anything about the show. But when you get to it, there's,
And John will say, and I'm filling in for Dave Nourie. And John, you have to do like a Nourie handstand for the intro or something.
Oh, shit. I got to get practicing.
Yeah.
A what?
I'm sorry. Handstand.
A what? What is that?
A Palacio stand.
Oh, that. Yeah. Okay. I got it.
Hey, Dave. Mike Daly can do the Palacio stand, so go get a doubles picture with Daly today.
Okay, I'll do it. I've only seen a couple guys that said hi. I kind of wanted to try to wrap this up before I start going to their riding. But I did have something I wanted to share. I just we've had a lot of fun with this, but really, there is some good that comes out of it. That's for real. And I think part of it is like why we brought you guys on. Just completely on a serious note, is like you guys are really well connected, and I feel like the same kind of desire to make sure that BMX is still got the fun element in it. And like we talked about earlier, how we can get more younger riders exposed to all kinds of riding, because they are going to learn flat and they're going to learn ground, because that's part of BMX. And and I just want to commend you guys both on your efforts for that, keeping that the freestyle aspect alive, which is where it all started.
Yeah.
Well, we're all doing it, man. You're doing it too. You were doing shows for me last year.
Right.
And getting arrested.
Yeah, that's right.
Well,
but we won't go into that.
Thank you, Dave, because I've said it before. Dave Nourie is the best show rider of all time. Nobody's better than him. You are.
Brett, that is a pretty high title.
Some showmanship there.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that one, Dave. And you're out there teaching kids, and whether it's you're teaching them how to read or teaching them how to ride a bike or how to bunny hop, it's all good.
Well, I'll tell you, when I do teach a class, I talk a lot about show riding and practice riding, because when the show is on, then you're on, and you got to step it up to that performance. And it's amazing the difference. And you'll see because a lot of times I'll do a week-long camp, and at the very end we'll do a show for their friends and family, and I'll jokingly say, oh yeah, we got a bunch of people out, and it's usually just a handful, just the family and friends. One kid was like, did you invite the mayor?
I'm like, no, but I should have. That's a great idea. But
They
but
might come
then
out, you know.
the
something like
difference
that.
is like,
Yeah.
it's true. And the difference is like their riding is tenfold better. It's more
Yes.
entertaining. They pull more tricks because of that emphasis on, hey, show's on. All of a
Yeah.
sudden the ground is lava, and let's do our best. And if you
Yep.
step down, try to just dab. We're gonna have a contest. What was that contest, Joe? We're gonna have is the best touchdown.
Yeah. So the contest is the most like hidden sneaky touch. So this is kind of all right. So you know how like Matthias, I think he pushes like he knows where to put his foot down and makes it very, very seamless. The scene in Switzerland was not really an example of that, but he's been on the stage in Montpellier, and you can see like he just pivots front wheels, taps right off. And so we think that it's actually an art form to sneaky touch.
Sneaky
And-
touch. And like
and we're
basically
gonna have a
touch and get
contest.
away with it. It still looks good.
And,
Touch
and
and
you'll
get away
get,
with it, and it still looks good.
So that's
and you'll
the
get
contest.
credit. It's a category. It's a category. You know, just like unexpected circumstances, you'll be judged on
Sneaky
it.
touch. You'll be judged on the sneaky touch. How well executed the sneaky
And
touch
how
is.
many? Maybe how many too, Joe? I don't know. It's all
I-
good.
Quantity or
So-
quality?
That's where I was going. We'll have a quantity and we'll have a quality.
Yeah.
Classes. I like it. I like this. This is creative. This is good. Good stuff. I applaud you, Joe. It's stuff like this. It's not just riding. Freestyle is like a whole world, man. It's like it's like doing stuff like factOrFreestyle and exposing the sport and having a good time with it. Like it's all important. Brett taught me
Everything
this.
is kung fu. Everything is kung fu.
What were you saying, Brett?
No, I was just yeah, I'd love to see the judging criteria. How many points for a sneaky touch? You know, execution.
Do you lose points for a not so sneaky touch? Like
Exactly. There was no
an
there
obvious
was no
touch.
sneaky touch. Yeah.
Demerit points, right? Okay. I like.
All right, that was another tight 20. Thanks for checking out Brett Downs and the Duke. We're super stoked to be getting through. Actually, everybody, Dave is super stoked that I am finally getting through this giant backlog of amazing conversations. Oh, and don't forget also, get ready and keep your eye out for Sneaky Touch 2022. Tell us what you like.